Hello everybody. I wanted to make a quick video on just the prototyping process. My name is Miles Choate. First step in the prototyping process is what problem are you solving? You need to ask yourself, where does my product going to fit in the market? Who's it going to be for? How many am I going to have to make? What's it going to cost? Who do I need to make this happen? There's a lot of questions. The first couple steps in the prototyping process is just basically a lot of questions that you ask for yourself or your team. Um, Helps to write them down and make sure you get as many questions kind of answered as possible, or at least loosely answered as possible, to make you successful in the future. Next step is to know as much as you possibly can about the product and implementation, and maybe it already exists. Do you need a patent? Do you need a trademark? Uh, who's going to buy this thing? Do I need people to buy this thing? Is is there any standards that I have to meet? Is it like health and food standards, ISO standards, IP standards? There's a lot of things that you need to know if you want the product to be successful in a specific market. What processes are needed to succeed? Do I need to make sure my product can be vacuum molded, machined, 3D printed, you know, or just whatever you need to know. You need to make sure you understand enough of it to be successful. Uh, Next best step is brainstorm. Get some ideas on paper. Ask questions. Some of the best ideas are on bar napkins. Like they hit you at random times. Ask questions. Ask people who you might think know very little about the subject. They might give you some insight that you never would have thought of before. It's easy to get kind of cyclical in your thinking and get kind of uh, roundabout into where you're not coming up with any new ideas. Keep a notebook by your on your nightstand. Sometimes they hit you at late night ideas, but just get as many. This is the quantity stage. Get as many ideas as you can out there on some paper, and then next step is planning. So pick the best option or options and set some goals and be realistic. If you need to look up what a SMART goal is, you know, uh, it's got to be doable. It's got to be uh, within budget, and got to just plan that out to be successful. This is my favorite step in the prototyping process is design. So you can either use CAD, computer automated design, or use physical means like hand drafting, or if you want to go out there and make something out of maybe not a material that it's going to be made out of in the end result, but something that's going to at least get the idea, something that's physical. You can maybe cardboard or paper mache or something that just maybe whatever you can make it out of, just to get the idea into the physical realm to where you can show people and ask questions, and maybe go to a designer that does CAD if you don't, and say, hey, can you make this in a model? Make it out of wood, make it out of stainless steel, whatever. This is where your idea becomes reality, and it's probably one of my favorite things to do. Testing. This is where you should spend a lot of your time. Make sure your design works the way it's intended. Make sure that it's going to be safe for use. It's going to be able to do what you need it to do as many times as you need to do it. Um, is there any consumables inside or within your product that, like, maybe there's a wear item or like something that you have to replace every month or year or whatever? You need to make sure that you identify all those, so that way as you go throughout the process you can market it correctly and be accurate and be honest with your consumers. Improve. This kind of goes hand in hand with test. You'll kind of, there'll be like a little internal loop. You can think of all these slides as a loop if you want. And this is kind of an internal loop that you'll do more than the rest, but you need to identify and redesign as you test. So maybe PLA, ABS, PVC, maybe those aren't the best way to go for your design because it needs to get hot and they can give off bad chemicals. Maybe it needs to be metal. Maybe that's going to increase your manufacturing costs. And either way you go about it, excuse me, you need to improve as you test, so that way it can get better, be safer, be a more manageable, marketable product. And then after you figure out exactly what you need it to be, or something close, because you know you're always going to have compromise within your designing and testing with your budget and your plan and everything, then you will have a hopefully a complete design that you can implement and be successful, maybe make some money, maybe make the world a better place, maybe both. But yeah, this is just a little intro into the prototyping process, and I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions or comments or anything, don't be afraid to reach out, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you.